You're watching Good Day Oklahoma.
Good morning, folks. Welcome into Good Day Oklahoma. I'm Wayne Stafford.
I'm Alexis Young, and we have to get right over to meteorologist Conrad Sapinski. The National Weather Service is issuing a tornado warning. Conrad, take it away.
All right, my friends, we did actually just get a tornado warning that is issued as of right now. You can see that right there. Can we actually go on links 2 real quick, if that's okay with you folks? We are continuing to actually look at this tornado warning just been issued here for Cleveland County. It has also been issued for the eastern parts of McLean County as well, and this is in effect till around 8 a.m. time frame. Let me zoom in real quick. We could see where this potential tornado could be as of right now. This is where that possibility of it being could be. There could be actually a couple of spin-ups there, but as of right now, we are seeing some radar-indicated tornado warning all over the region for these areas here, just pretty much just to the east of Lexington. Currently, as we are speaking, we are looking at potential for an actual tornado on the ground. This is a tornado warning, radar indicated, still taking it absolutely very serious, like, a confirmed tornado. So we have to pay attention to this as well. Debris has been spotted by the radar. So of course, you want to make sure you are in these areas, you are prepared, you are on alert, so you are taking coverage. You want to make sure you are on the lowest level of your property. If you are in anywhere in this warning, even if you're just ahead of this warning, if you're, let's say, well north and east of these areas here, you want to make sure you are still prepared. Now is your time to go into the basements, the lowest level of your property. If you don't have a basement, overall though, maybe a bathroom, inside interior walls. You want to have as many walls between you and the outside as possible. You want to make sure you are away from windows. Very, very important that you are away from windows, just because as the glass could shatter, it could become very dangerous projectile outside. You could see how quickly this tornado warning is moving at around 60 to 70 miles per hour. Let me check in on a little bit more details on this as well as we are currently speaking, but it is moving very, very quickly as we continue to look at this first tornado warning that has actually just been issued. First one of the day. Hopefully we don't get any more, but as of right now, there is some debris signature of a tornado. It's not showing up with the circulation now east of I-35 near Purcell, but overall though, yes, this tornado warning is in effect for Cleveland County. It's also in effect for McLean County and Potawatomi County as well. Now a little bit more detail on this. It's moving north and east as of right now, with the new updates at 45 miles per hour. So we're continuing to track this hail. Not the biggest concern with the hail as much, under an inch as of right now, but this is a tornado warning. Most likely somewhere in here, that's where that possible rotation could be right now. So Willow View, right now is your time to make sure you are prepared. You are in that shelter. You are away from windows. Very important that you are away from those windows inside. You do not want to be outside as of right now. Now is your time to make sure you are on the lowest level of your property as well. But we are continuing to look at this tornado warning in effect for another 25 minutes or so, heading north and east at around 45 miles per hour all over the region, looking at some stronger showers and storms. But this is actually our first tornado warning that has been issued. You can just see how quickly it's moving. The radar is trying to keep up with this, but you could see exactly where the rotation detector is. This is where that possibility is, where I was just talking about, right? Anywhere in this area, that's where that biggest possibility for some rotation, some tornado activity could be on the ground. So Willow View, like I was saying, you really want to pay attention to this. Even just north and east of Willow View, you are seeking shelter. Even if you're well outside northern parts of this tornado warning, now is your time to take this very seriously. There is no time. You want to make sure you are prepared. You are getting your kids, your pets down to that lowest level of your property. Make sure you are indoors as well. Let me put on, you can see the lightning tracker on here, but let me put on a little bit more of where that possibility for the heavy rainfall, the hail, the damaging winds could be as well. And you could see it generally where that tornado warning could be, and then a little bit more on the backside of it as well. You could see any of these purple colors here showing some of that hail possibly in the forecast, close to an inch of hail diameter outside. We are looking at those very gusty winds, of course, as well, with inside of this tornado warning that is currently in effect right now. Our first one of the day. Hopefully we don't get any more, but as of right now, we are continuing to cover this tornado warning here in effect till around 8 a.m. time frame. We are continuing to track, not seeing any power outages as of right now, but of course it is way too early to get into any of that as of our current 7:37 a.m. time frame. Now, let's look at some of this hail. Some of this hail gets a little bit on the larger side. You know, we haven't gotten too many reports of hail over an inch, but we'll continue to get newest updates coming on in every few seconds here or so, but we're continuing to see close to an inch size diameter hail, more on the northern side of this, but that possible tornado anywhere in and around the Willowview area as of right now, moving pretty quickly north and east at around that 45-mile-per-hour range. So definitely a very quick mover outside as we continue to track this. Let me take a little bit more of a wider view. You know, the National Weather Service just issued a second severe thunderstorm warning. The one on north in town that is still in the metro area, that one is in effect till around 8:15 a.m. time frame. So we have two severe thunderstorm warnings now. We have this one that does still hit the metro area here in Oklahoma City, 8:15. That's in effect till 8:15 a.m. And then same story for the southern one. It's pretty big as well, and that's for this main line. You can see how far it's stretching all the way from north to south. We're talking, you know, south of even Pauls Valley, looking at some severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently in effect. Second tornado warning just has been posted, as you folks just saw right there. Let me zoom in a little bit more here in Cleveland County. Same story for Potawatomi here in Oklahoma, continuing to track this. This one's actually in effect till 8:15 time frame. So we are actually seeing possibly two different tornadoes that have spun up outside. Getting a little bit more details on this. This one is moving a little bit faster, right around 50 miles per hour north and east, but there has been some radar indicated debris. So of course, once we start seeing that, gives us a little bit more of indication that, hey, there might be a little bit more than just a severe thunderstorm warning out there. And we are continuing to see max size hail just under an inch. So hail, not the main concern. Main concern is this actual tornado warning that is in effect as of right now. We're seeing these two in effect right now. So continuing to track all the hail, continuing to track where possible rotation is as well. And you could see that in and around, right around, you know, Lake Thunderbird as well. So any of these areas in here, that first tornado warning and then that southern one, this one's in effect till 8 a.m. This one's in effect till 8:15 a.m. You can see it stretched a little bit longer out. And that northern one, that's actually moving a little bit faster, around 50 miles per hour. So let's see where we could possibly see this, that second rotation, that second possible tornado outside. We're continuing to see, you know, lots of lightning associated with this as well. So not well defined at all, but you know, you don't need it to be, you know, extremely well defined for any possibility of, you know, some circulation out there, radar indicated possible tornado. So in and around maybe the Lake Thunderbird area, that is where some of that debris is getting picked up as well. And we're also seeing that aerial flood advisory that is in effect right now. This tornado warning in effect till 8:15 a.m. and then the southern one in effect till around 8 a.m. And it's a little bit slower moving, as you could see, with still two severe thunderstorm warnings in effect as of right now. So we're continuing to see what happens, you know, what could potentially transpire out of this, you know, the next 30 to 45 minutes or so. Let me zoom in on this real quick. So it doesn't give us, you know, very kind of indicating, to, you know, kind of a easy picture to show where this possible rotation could be anywhere in here, but definitely going to see that somewhere in and around this region here, in and around Lake Thunderbird. You, of course, are right in the middle of this severe thunderstorm, right in the middle of this possible tornado that is most likely on the ground, but we didn't get it confirmed. What did just get confirmed, look at that, is the bottom one. The bottom one, bottom tornado warning just became a confirmed tornado warning. So that debris that was getting picked up by radar has just been reported that it is an actual tornado on the ground. And yep, that it is in McLean, 1 mile north of Purcell. 1 mile north of Purcell. So overall, though, continuing to track 2 tornado warnings. 1 actually has been a radar indicated tornado warning as of right now. So we're continuing to track this, continuing to see exactly what could happen. As of right now, I mean, it's still holding its strength, still seeing the 2 tornado warnings as of right now, but you could see these purple colors in here showing that radar indicated that confirmed tornado now became a confirmed tornado, the bottom piece. We'll see if that northern one becomes confirmed or not, but even if it hasn't been confirmed, for the northern part, still have to take it absolutely extremely seriously, still have to take, shelter, go to your safe spots, go, lowest the level of your property, the basement, the bathroom, definitely a good spot as well. In the bathtub, maybe put a blanket over you, a little extra layers in between you and the walls and the outside. Definitely want to be in the most interior portion of your property. You also want to make sure you are away from windows. Make sure your kids, your pets are in that safe space as well. Now is the time to do so. You all want to make sure you are well prepared for this, but continuing to see need more. Things are starting to move out of your area slowly. It is a pretty fast moving storm here. We are talking about 45 to a 50 mile per hour moving storm all over the region. And yes, these are the 2 tornado warnings we are currently seeing. 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, but 2 big severe thunderstorm warnings as well. So we are continuing to track this with 2 tornado warnings. 1 being confirmed, and that one's in effect till around 8 a.m. Time frame. The other one, which is the northern part, is actually in effect till around 8:15 a.m. time frame. Continuing to see it move at around 50 miles per hour with those newest updates coming on in. But like I said, hail, not the biggest concern. I mean, we're not looking at any massive hail sizes at all with this. As of right now, not seeing too much of an updraft wind with holding up some of that larger hail as of right now. But we are continuing to see, up to maybe an inch size hail that is possible for both of these tornado warnings. And you're seeing Lake Thunderbird finally starting to improve, but still northern parts of that, just north and east of Lake Thunderbird, you're seeing that possible tornado outside. So we are continuing to track this real quick. Let me change a couple things up here real quick. Let me get this adjusted here. Posting. Okay, so we are continuing to see exactly 2 tornado warnings, with that 1 being confirmed, just been confirmed a couple of minutes ago. But overall, though, we are looking at a little bit more of that rotation up in the atmosphere as well. But, possible maybe even a second one that's on the ground as well, and that's on the northern side into Cleveland County as well as Potawatomi County. Again, that is a tornado warning on the ground, with the bottom one being actually a confirmed tornado here. And we did actually get, some local reports of this confirmed tornado, continuing to look at hail just under an inch when it comes to size. But it is, as of right now, this does include Interstate 40 between mile markers 174 and 184, and that will continue to just move a little bit more north and east around that 45 to 50 mile per hour range. So we are just continuing to track both of these, and we'll see exactly what happens, what could transpire with both of these. But when it comes to actual possibly rotation that we are seeing, let's kind of look at a couple of these things here. Okay, so let's look at this confirmed tornado first, right? Let's kind of talk about this one real quick. So this is where we're getting picked up of a little bit of a rotation detection in and around Needmore, just to the east of Needmore as well. Ottawa, right? We're continuing to see that just over you right now, currently seeing that with the newest update coming in every few seconds, just seeing that current update with that possible rotation getting picked up here in and around Ottawa. Right now, continuing to see that once again. This is with that confirmed tornado that we are currently seeing on the ground, moving north and east. So it's getting a little bit more of this kind of trajectory. Let me show you real quick. So that is moving at around 45 miles per hour. Let's see. So 45 miles per hour. Let's track this out real quick. Let me clear it out real quick. Let me just show you exactly what we could be potentially looking at when it comes to time frame for some of these towns moving on in. So let's say, you know, closer to 45. All right, so with this confirmed tornado, these are the areas we could possibly see this possible tornado. I mean, it is on the ground, confirmed tornado. Macomb, around 7:58, so you have around 12 minutes, but you don't have 12 minutes. Now is your time to prepare. 12 minutes until it gets really bad, but you want to make sure you are prepared well before that. Morven, closer to 7:59, 8 a.m. time frame. Brooksville, around 8:02 a.m. And then you got, you know, Bethel Acres, right around 8:06 a.m. as well. Gaddy, 8:09 a.m. Shawnee, 8:12 a.m. So you are continuing to see the track of this moving north and east at around 45 miles per hour with this confirmed tornado. So you want to make sure you are well prepared. Like I just said, you want to make sure you are in that safe spot. Now, let's look at the northern tornado warning. This one is not a confirmed tornado, but we still have to treat it like it is. We are continuing to see a little bit more of that. You can see, still seeing a few spots. Now there's a third spot of possible rotation here, and that's right in between that actual, you know, the first tornado, the radar indicated tornado warning, and then that confirmed tornado, this spot right here. So there might be more than 2 actual tornadoes on the ground. You know, we're continuing to track this. As of right now, we are seeing this one being a confirmed tornado, the northern one not being a confirmed tornado, but still tornado warning on the ground, so tornado warning outside. So let's say 50 moving, you know, north and east at 50 miles per hour. So this is pretty much the projected, you know, deteriorating conditions where this tornado might possibly hit your area, or at least be in the vicinity where it is absolutely, you know, dangerous, life-threatening. You want to really take this very seriously. Shawnee Reservoir, 7:57 a.m. So you have less than 10 minutes until the conditions go downhill. Dale, 8:01 a.m. McLeod, 8:02 a.m. Clark's Heights, 8:03 a.m. Midway, 8:07. Then you have Shawnee again, same story, 8:07 a.m. Fowler, 8:09 a.m. for you here. Then you have Jacktown, 8:11, down south all the way to Clifton, 8:15 a.m. as of right now. Continuing to track this cone here with these, you know, with these at least two possible tornadoes. Look at that, just became a confirmed tornado, which means that there has been spotters out there where they are seeing that actual tornado on the ground right now in these areas. So 2 confirmed tornadoes as of right now on the ground, and we are continuing to see these warnings in effect, which of course indicates to us that these are still holding strength, still holding on to, you know, that possible tornado. Well, now it is a confirmed tornado, so it's not only a radar indicated tornado warning, but confirmed tornado warning as well. A little bit of a wider picture. That is this line that models have been picking up on this absolutely wonderfully the last 2 days, last 48 hours. This is exactly what we were projecting. This is exactly what's happening. We just didn't know if tornadoes would come up or not, but that possibility was there. We've been talking about that possibility for maybe, you know, a very low end, and then now it became a low end for possible tornado activity the last couple of hours, and then look what happened now. 2 confirmed tornadoes here just to the east of Norman, just to the east of Oklahoma City Metro as well, but still a lot of people getting affected by this. But look how large this area is right here where the severe thunderstorm warnings are, you know, stretching from pretty much just north of Perry to pretty much Sulphur. That's how large this line of severe thunderstorm warnings are as of right now, with these 2 confirmed tornadoes in there. Now, even though there's 2 confirmed tornadoes, that means maybe there's more than just 2 tornadoes that are actually on the ground. But as of right now, we are continuing to see 2 of these confirmed tornado warnings that are in effect right now. The northern one in effect till 8:15 a.m. And then we got that southern confirmed tornado warning in effect till around 8 a.m. time frame. So we're continuing to see what could happen. As of right now, I mean, it looks like it's holding its strength. It looks like it's continuing to move at that, you know, 45 to 50 mile per hour range. So looking at more of that rotation detector here for you, my friends. Looking at a few spots here where that, you know, detection, that rotation has been indicated. The southern confirmed tornado warning, we're seeing that rotation here generally just to the west of Morven. That is where we're seeing a couple areas actually of some rotation, a little bit stronger, larger area of some rotation here getting picked up. Now, let's look at the northern one, right? The northern one, same story, but there's actually a little bit more of that strong rotation getting picked up here. A little bit more of that, a wider area of that possible rotation could be. You could see it's pretty much stretching for most of this confirmed tornado. So Shawnee Reservoir, you want to get ready right now. Right now is that time to make sure you are in your shelter. Dale, I know you're north of Shawnee Reservoir, but you still want to make sure you are absolutely well prepared for this. You want to make sure you are away from windows. You are inside a sturdy building. You do not want to be in a mobile home. Mobile homes are not safe spots. A lot of people might think, you know, well, I've never seen a tornado, maybe I'm not going to get hit, but that's not the thinking we want to have. Our thinking is, hey, there's a confirmed tornado warning on the ground. There is at least one tornado somewhere in here, and you never know what could happen. You want to be well over-prepared than under-prepared, especially in situations like this. But it's January. We're not used to seeing, you know, tornadoes like this. We're not used to seeing severe weather events like this. We haven't seen this in well over 5 years, but we're seeing this today. It's happening right now. We are seeing multiple areas of possible rotation here up in the atmosphere. So there might be multiple different tornadoes in this confirmed tornado warning that is still in effect till around 8:15 time frame, and then that southern one in effect till around 8 a.m. time frame. So definitely seeing at least 2 tornadoes on the ground. That has been confirmed. Then with the hail tracker, let's take a look at this. There's a little bit larger hail in a few spots here with the newest updates coming on in. But as of right now, it's starting to pick up a little bit more speed when it comes to the actual, you know, line of thunderstorms and that couple tornadoes moving on through. That's moving at around 50 to even 55 miles per hour as of right now. So it's picking up a little bit more intensity, even if, you know, you're not in that actual tornado. If you are in that severe thunderstorm warning, so any of these areas, even outside of this confirmed tornado warning, you're seeing wind gusts of at least 60 miles per hour once this line moves through. Hail, maybe not the biggest threat with the hail, but, you know, even if it's around an inch or so, maybe it's slightly larger than an inch in a few spots, that could still be damaging, especially with those winds and the things becoming projectile. That's why we say you want to stay away from windows. You want to be as far as you can from windows. But you see these darker colors here, these black colors, that indicates a little bit more larger hail. You can kind of see the scale here of where that possibility of some of that hail is, you know, with that radar picking up some detection of a lot of things being up in the atmosphere, and that's in the form of some debris and some hail as well. That's where the highest possibility of the largest hail is, wherever you see these dark colors here, the black colors or those darker purple colors in and around Dale, Shawnee Reservoir as well. Pink's about to get into this as well. Hazel Dell, you're just outside of this confirmed tornado warning, but hey, this could get extended very easily in just the next several minutes or so. This would be the first one that would get extended if this is still holding together, just because the southern confirmed tornado warning is in effect till around 8 a.m. time frame. And then we do have that northern one that is in effect till around 8:15 time frame. So we have another 5 minutes or so with this, southern confirmed tornado warning as of right now. But yeah, I mean, it's picking up a little bit more steam. It's picking up, a little bit more speed, going at around 50 to 55 miles per hour as of right now. So we're seeing lots of lightning with this. We're seeing a lot of rainfall with this. Now, we've been lacking rainfall. We've only seen less than 1/10 of an inch of rainfall in the whole entire month of December. So we needed the rainfall, but when all of this comes down at once, now it creates some problems. And that problems are in the form of some flooding. Some aerial flooding is in effect. Aerial flood advisories are in effect right now for a lot of areas. You could see that here. So wherever you're seeing these, stronger storms, that's causing a little bit more issues all over the region when it comes to, lightning, some gusty winds. We are also looking at some hail as well, looking at, of course, that heavy rainfall embedded in there as well. But still seeing 2 confirmed tornado warnings in effect right now. This one got a little bit smaller. You just saw that update come in, around 45 seconds or so. It was a little bit larger. Now it became a little bit smaller when it comes to the actual confirmed tornado. So National Weather Service is on top of this, tracking it, narrowing things down. But we're still seeing some pretty good areas of some rotation as well. Just to the north and west of Shawnee Reservoir as of right now. Clark's Heights, you're just pretty much on that southeastern side of this confirmed tornado warning, but you're still on alert. You're still prepared. You're still treating this as in this tornado possible, tornadoes coming in to your area. But yes, confirmed tornado, which means there is an actual tornado on the ground. It's not just radar indicated, it's actually on the ground. So it's happening right now, real time, as we are currently tracking this right now, but continuing to see more of that rotation. 3 good areas of possible rotation here with this northern one. Now taking a look at the southern one, it hasn't been extended yet. That southern confirmed tornado warning has not been extended yet. Usually if we're getting this close, this tight to it expiring and it hasn't been extended yet, means it possibly won't be extended. But hey, we still have around 2.5 minutes or so to see if the southern confirmed tornado warning is going to be extended into, let's say, Shawnee area, Bethel Acres. We'll see how things go. We got another 2 minutes or so to see what exactly transpires with this confirmed tornado warning. It does look like that rotation is getting just a little bit smaller, but that doesn't mean, hey, we're off the hook. Things are improving. It's getting a little bit smaller, which is a good sign. And, National Weather Service has not put that confirmed tornado extension, but it has just extended that tornado warning here a little bit more to the north and east. So let's track this out with the cone. So tracking this out with the cone, putting a little bit more of a time frame of this happening. Let's say 50 miles per hour. That's the speed it's going at right now. So this confirmed tornado warning, right? That's now been extended for, many of these areas here. Exactly like I was just saying, could get extended. Gaddy, 8:04 a.m. Shawnee, 8:07 a.m. for you. Neil, 8:15 a.m. for you. Johnson, same story for you, 8:15 a.m. Clifton around 8:20 a.m. Garden Grove around 8:20 a.m. You got Meeker, same story for 8:20 a.m. Little around 8:23 a.m. Payson, you're around 8:25 a.m. for the possibility for the strongest side of this tornado warning. And then we are also looking at Centerview around 8:26 a.m. So you can pretty much see exactly what is happening right here. You could see that possible, that tornado that is on the ground as of right now. A few areas that could possibly see this cone extending in many areas. And then the northern side of this, that's pretty much look how close it is to each other. Very, very close. So there's many, many areas that are continuing to be in this tornado warning, this confirmed tornado warning as well, just to the north. That is currently in effect in Potawatomi County here, and that will continue that north and east trajectory as we continue to track this. Now, this tornado warning that has just been issued, it's in effect till around 8:30 a.m. time frame. We're still seeing an aerial flood advisory in effect for the Oklahoma City metro area, but now that line of showers and storms has mainly moved to the east of the metro area, closer to Luther, Chandler, McLeod. Shawnee's right in the middle of this as well. Now, the areas of rotation for this confirmed tornado up north looks, not as impressive as what it looked like not that long ago, but doesn't mean we are going to be off the hook, not at all. We are continuing to track this, still seeing 3 areas of possible rotation outside. There could be at least 1, maybe more, maybe multiple tornadoes here in this actual confirmed tornado warning just to the north. That does include, of course, Potawatomi here. Dale, you're right in the middle of that once again. Clark's Heights, I know you're just outside, just south of that confirmed tornado, but you're treating this like you are in it. You are treating this like, you have to take shelter. You have to be in your safe spot once again. Hazel Dell, you're not in that confirmed tornado just yet. This is in effect till 8:15, but it could get extended any minute now. National Weather Service, and we're here tracking this every second of this happening. If it does get extended, even if it doesn't get extended in Hazel Dell, right now is your time to prepare. I know a lot of people might not be getting those warnings on their phones, but you want to make sure your family members, especially kids, elders, close family members, friends, anyone you could possibly think of, after you are in that safe spot, make sure they are prepared as well. A lot of people are still sleeping. I mean, it's only 8 a.m. A lot of people are still sleeping. It's Thursday morning here, 8 a.m., middle of January almost, and hopefully folks have been paying attention to this possible risk that we've been talking about for at least the last couple of days. But yes, that confirmed tornado warning still in effect till 8:15 a.m. time frame, has not been extended just yet. But like you saw with that southern confirmed tornado warning, they wait, National Weather Service was waiting a couple of minutes right before it got extended. So still got extended, still meaning there is possible, tornado somewhere in these areas here. So we'll continue to see. It's not well defined here. Looking at this reflectivity, doesn't look like, doesn't give us that clear kind of picture that we had 30 minutes ago with that where that possible tornado is well defined, but doesn't mean it's not there. Could be anywhere in these areas. There could be multiple spots where this possible tornadoes could be outside in these regions. Johnson, Garden Grove, Belmont, you want to make sure you are prepared as well. Centerview, same story for you. Continuing to see that tornado warning right now in effect. This bottom one, 8:30 a.m. Confirmed tornado, 8:15 a.m. We'll continue to track this and see if this possibly gets extended or not, especially that northern one. If anything, that northern confirmed tornado warning, the one where you see my mouse at right now, will be the first one to get extended if it is still holding strength. And it looks like it's still holding a little bit of strength, and not as impressive as what it was looking at around 20 minutes or so ago. But we are continuing to track this even with some hail in there as well, continuing to see that potential of, somewhere in these areas seeing this possible tornado. Moving pretty quickly as well with the news updates coming in here from the National Weather Service. They are, of course, continuing this tornado warning in effect in Lincoln County, Potawatomi County as well. But like I said, hail not being the biggest, not the primary threat out of this, continuing to look at max hail size right around closer to an inch. So we've seen a lot worse. But the thing is, tornado warning, that is the main key here. And this confirmed tornado warning, look what just happened, just got extended even further. So let's look into it real quick. Let's see what this newest update is here. Confirmed tornado warning, 8:30 a.m. for Potawatomi County here. Lincoln County, you are included in this confirmed tornado warning as well. So this line of showers and thunderstorms that are passing by has been getting picked up pretty well, very well, very, very well by, radar the last 48 hours or so. But, we are continuing to see a little bit of wind shear up in the atmosphere. We're seeing some instability as well. We are continuing to see some of these ingredients coming into play for, these tornadoes that spun up. It is almost middle of January, and we're not used to seeing this. We're used to seeing winter-ish kind of weather, but we are tracking two tornado warnings, confirmed tornado warning as well as a tornado warning just to the south of that, continuing to see that line, that well-defined line of thunderstorms passing on by. Pretty quick moving. It was moving a lot quicker earlier, 35, 40 minutes ago or so, around 70 miles per hour earlier than that as well. But now it has slowed down just a little bit, but still going around 50 to 55 miles per hour. That's slightly above average when it comes to an actual thunderstorm speed, but overall, though, still seeing many of these areas. Look how large this area is. Let me kind of take a little bit more of a wider view of this. It does look like there might be starting to overlap a little bit. You could see this southern tornado warning heading a little bit more northeast, and then you have that northern confirmed tornado warning is headed more northeast. So you could see a little bit of that overlap there, right? You could see this one going here a little bit more northeast. Do you see that? And then this one going a little bit more northeast. So it does look like it might be a little bit of overlapping, which means more weakening is going to be possible as well. But, as of right now, still continuing to see two of those tornado warnings, possibly even more than two tornadoes outside as well. So you want to make sure you are definitely in your safe shelter. You want to make sure your friends, your family members are well aware of exactly what's happening. It's the early morning hours on a Thursday. A lot of people are sleeping. A lot of people might not be getting these alerts on their phones. Of course, technology nowadays gives us these alerts. Hey, confirmed tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning, aerial flood advisory is what we're currently seeing. But you want to make sure your family members are well prepared too. But you want to make sure you're in that safe shelter first before making any kind of calls, to make sure your family members are safe. The most important is, of course, life, kids, pets, everybody. life is the number one thing we are trying to protect here, and that is why we are emphasizing why you want to make sure you are in that safe shelter. You are on the lowest level of your property. You are in the most interior portion of your house. You're not by any windows. You're not looking out the windows trying to see where this could possibly be. You are in that safe shelter. We're here to track this for you. We're here to keep everybody safe. So you really want to make sure you have that severe weather plan in place right now. I know it's middle of January, might have caught some people off guard, but we've been tracking this. We've been talking about this possibility, and worst case scenario has been happening where these tornado warnings have popped up, but we've been tracking it. We're going to continue to track this all morning long. Pretty, 50 to 55 mile per hour storm moving to the northeast for the most part. So a little bit above average when it comes to the actual speed, and not as defined as what it was 30 plus minutes ago. So that's a better sign that it's starting to weaken just a little bit, possibly weakening just a little bit, but doesn't mean we're out of the woods. Not even close. Not out of the woods just yet. Continuing to track, these two confirmed, currently technically one confirmed tornado warning, because this back one is actually about to expire or should be canceled here within the next couple of minutes or so. I don't think they're going to keep that one up till 8:15, since more of that, the main component of this thunderstorm, this tornado, confirmed tornado warning, is to the east as of right now. So we are continuing to track this. Not as well defined, like I was telling you guys. It's not as easy to kind of pinpoint where exactly we could see, these tornadoes on the ground as of right now. Not quite seeing the well definition. There's a little bit of signature in and around, winds going towards the radar and away from the radar. So once we start seeing a little bit of this, starting to give us some indications, there's something there. There's a tornado possibly on the ground, but we are seeing that confirmed tornado warning in effect till 8:30. And then this one's in effect till around 8:15. Let me just make sure here. Oh, this one's in effect till 8:30. The southern tornado warning in effect till 8:30. And then now the confirmed tornado warning, same story, in effect till around 8:30. So we have another 21 minutes or so, at least another 21 minutes or so, continuing to track these. Let me pull up the cone here for us real quick. So let's say here, let me actually zoom out just a little bit more because it is a fast moving cell here. So let's say possibly tornado might be right there. Let's say it's moving around 51 miles per hour. All right. So now this is what our cone's kind of giving us a little bit more of a projection. Doesn't mean it's actually going to happen at these times. A little bit more of a indication of when the worst of this could possibly be in your town. So you want to make sure you are prepared. Johnstown, 8:15 a.m. Garden Grove, 8:20 a.m. Payson, around 8:24 a.m. Centerview, 8:27 a.m. And then you have Sparks, 8:29 a.m., just to name a few here, not going through that whole entire list. You got Arlington, 8:32 a.m. Davenport, 8:38 a.m. And this is where you could possibly see the worst of this tornado warning currently in effect. This current confirmed tornado warning, which means it has been spotted. It has been, shown that, hey, we are seeing this actual tornado actually on the ground. It touched the ground. So it's not only radar indicated in the atmosphere, it's actually on the ground as of right now. Let me kind of give out a cone for that northern tornado warning we're currently seeing. Like I said, not seeing that well definition, not seeing that good definition when it comes to where that possible tornado could be here. But let's kind of give a little bit more of an approximation of what we could expect. I'm going to expand this a little bit more for us, okay? So let's go around here, and then it's moving very fast, around, let's go 52 miles an hour. All right, some of these areas here, right? This is where this line is going to continue to move on through, right? So now we're looking at Belmont, 8:18 a.m., Prague, 8:23 a.m., Wilzetta, 8:25 a.m., Arlington, Prague, 8:23 a.m. for you, right? Arlington, 8:29 a.m. So you don't have time. You might think, hey, I have 15, 20 minutes or so, but that's not the case. This is kind of an estimate of when it could potentially be in your area. Might pick up a little bit of speed. It picked up a little bit of speed within the last 20 minutes or so. It's moving at around 50 to 55 miles per hour as of right now. pretty much northeast into some of these regions here. So Arlington, you are on that northern end, but you are ready for this. You are going to that safe shelter now. I'm telling you, pets, kids, elders, yourselves, your neighbors, make sure everybody is well aware of exactly what's happening. You know, this is right around rush hour time frame, so we were expecting, you know, roads not to be in good shape and that possible tornado warnings might be popping up here. And, you know, we are seeing that. We are currently seeing 2 of these showing up here on radar. So we take a little bit more of a wider view. We are seeing large area of a severe thunderstorm warning. It just keeps getting extended, if you folks could see, pretty much right at that border of Kansas, right? And then all the way down just south of, let's say, Pauls Valley, right? Just south of Ada, continuing to see the severe thunderstorm warning in effect. So massive, massive area where, you know, we're seeing the severe thunderstorm warning, this line moving on through. And this is exactly what we've been tracking all morning long, even before it formed. We knew there was going to be this strong to potentially severe line moving on through, and that's exactly what we are seeing. But unfortunately, we are seeing a couple of tornado warnings in effect right now. Zooming in on that, a little bit more of a closer look for our region, continuing to see both tornado warnings, confirmed tornado warning in effect till, you know, in Lincoln County till 8:30 a.m. Newest updates coming on in, of course. So talking about the newest updates coming in here for, you know, South Central Lincoln and North Central Potawatomi counties. Let's talk about it. Moving northeast now at 60 miles per hour. So now it's gaining a little bit of speed, which is good. We want it out of our region as quickly as we possibly can. So moving around 60 miles an hour is you know, a better sign that it's starting to speed up, not slowing down. We don't want it to be slowing down. We don't want this at all, but we are seeing confirmed tornado warning in effect currently till 8:30 a.m. So we have another 16 minutes or so, exactly 16 minutes or so at least. Might get extended again. We'll see how things go. But yes, Arlington, you're a little bit more on that northern side of this, but still inside this confirmed tornado warning currently in effect. Not as well defined as what it looked like, you know, 30, 45 minutes ago, even an hour ago, but continuing to track exactly what is happening here. Center view, you were just on the southern end of this confirmed tornado warning. So newest updates coming in. Hail still not large, still not looking at, you know, the most damaging hail, not looking at, you know, anything larger than an inch time frame here for us. So we're continuing to see hail size up to an inch as of right now. Like I said, moving pretty quickly north and east at around 60 miles per hour, and we are continuing to track this as of right now. But still seeing these, you know, tornado warnings, confirmed tornado warning in effect right now for multiple areas here. And looking at a little bit more into details on that first one, we are seeing this was a little bit time ago, but it was close to on Interstate 40 between mile markers 184 and 192. Now, of course, that has been a few minutes ago, so it's, you know, closer to maybe 210 marker out there, you know, plus or minus 25 miles in that region. So we are continuing to track this. Sirens have been activated in Meeker, all over the region. So that is a good sign that these sirens have been issued, you know, warning people, giving that extra warning to some of these, you know, a lot of these people, a lot of these areas. You know, it is a Thursday. There might be some kids in school. I know there was just winter break. But overall, though, there is that possibility. There is actual tornado in here, somewhere in here, most likely going to be in maybe any of these areas here, right? This is pretty much showing where that possible rotation detection is showing up here on the radar currently. And there's a few spots, actually. Smaller area, the even smaller area was one of the larger areas here closer to Belmont as well, continuing to see a little bit more of that possibility of where these or this tornado could be. Could be one, could be two. As of right now, we're seeing at least 2 tornado warnings outside, confirmed tornado warning. So we're going to continue to track this. Of course, we're here. let me just look at newest updates coming in about this actual tornado warning. Give me a second here. Continuing to track, the newest updates coming in nonstop. We are continuing to look at exactly what could be transpiring here. But as of right now, still got plenty of time, still got around 14 minutes or so for this confirmed tornado warning right now. They are overlapping as of right now, so we're still treating this as, at least one tornado is on the ground as we are currently speaking. But like I said, I mean, there's not a very obvious area where this possible tornado or tornadoes could be. It's not well defined, but you don't need it to be well defined for possible tornadic activity, possible tornadoes on the ground. It has been confirmed tornado, so there is at least one or two, if not more, actual tornadoes on the ground. And then let's look at the hail tracker here, because that's another big component for us. That's another big thing we got to talk about, just because with the strong winds and how fast this hail is coming in, looking at lot of larger area for possible hail core here. Hazeldale, Dale, you are right in the middle of this right now, seeing possible hail size, maybe an inch, if not even larger in many locations here. Meeker, you're just about to be in on more of that larger hail that is possible, that is moving into your area right now with this line of thunderstorms continuing to track pretty much north and east, going at a pretty decent speeds, picking up in intensity, going around 60 miles per hour now. So it's gaining a little bit of speed. We want it to continue to gain a bit more speed so it continues to track outside of the region. But Johnson, you are included in this as well. You are in this confirmed tornado warning currently. Garden Grove as well. You are in this. Let's see the possible rotation detector for the region, right, where we could possibly see a little bit more of that rotation. Doesn't mean that it could be outside of this as well, but timing this out, let me pull this up real quick, showing where it could possibly be in these areas. A little projection, it could be coming in a little bit earlier than what it's actually shown here, but these are pretty much the projections of when the worst of this could possibly be in your area. But you want to make sure now you are well prepared. You want to be fully ready. You want to make sure everybody is in that safe shelter. You want to make sure everyone's in that lowest level of your property, basement, bathroom, interior portion of the house. You want to be as far away from the outside as you possibly can. So, bathroom, bathtub is also a good spot as well. Don't be by windows. This is not the time to look out the window trying to find this possible tornado where it could be. Now's your time to make sure you are trying to protect your life, your family's life, your pets' lives, your friends' family as well. But possibly seeing any of these areas here, timing this out for you. Arlington, 8:26 a.m. for you. Midway, around 8:34 a.m. for you as well. And then Milfay, around 8:42 a.m. That's where that possibly worst of this could be. Mason, around 8:47 a.m. for you, where possibly the worst of this could move in. It could be a little bit earlier, but like I said, you want to make sure you are prepared for this now. We got another 11 minutes or so with this confirmed tornado warning that is currently in effect. 11 minutes, but doesn't mean, it's not going to get extended, because it very likely might be extended even longer, much longer than, 8:30 a.m. time frame. But Shawnee spotter, check that on I-40 between Grand and Brangus Road. Not seeing too much of, debris out there, which is a good sign, but still continuing to monitor broad circulation. It's now generally just to the west of Prague, right? Does not look as tight as previous, as it previously looked like I was saying. It's not quite as well defined as it did look over 30 minutes ago. We are continuing to see a very broad swath of damaging winds with this, around at least 60 miles per hour. And the tornado warning, confirmed tornado warning, still remains valid until at least 8:30 a.m. So we are continuing to track where possibly at least one tornado is on the ground as of right now. We are currently speaking. Let me zoom in a little bit more here. Seeing a little bit more of a line now where possible rotation currently is currently moving on in closer to Arlington area. So even if you're outside of these regions, you are definitely in that shelter. You are well prepared for anything that could transpire all over the region. But yeah, we are continuing to track this. We're continuing to look at even more updates here. We have Chief Meteorologist Jack coming on in here shortly, and we are continuing to track this with newest updates.
Yeah,
rolling
Cameron,
on
you
to
can stay on the wall here. I'll drive
Okay.
for you.
Cool,
Guys
cool,
in the back, if we could go to links 1, and I'll drive for Conrad there. That way we can just get ourselves settled and then make the last little switch here. But yeah, we've been tracking a number of these tornado warnings throughout the entire morning this morning. We've been watching on the velocity a lot of those little circulations. Now right now, it doesn't look to be as impressive looking as it once did earlier on, but a lot of these little tight little circulations that we had, that was the reason why we had some of our strong wind gusts. So we've had a lot of power outages across parts of the metro area because of those down power lines, just making a really slow go of things, even though the storms have now passed through the core metro area. But as you can see by the Prague area, we are still looking at that area of rotation. Quite broad right now, but still looking at that to be kind of our area of concern. Like Conrad's been saying, we've got this for another about 8 more minutes or so. And thankfully, even though we had been seeing earlier on some reports of confirmed tornadoes when we look at the debris signature, thankfully we don't have anything like that going on right now, which is good. But I think we still have to kind of watch how these storms progress. I will say, though, if you're making drives to, let's say from here into Green Country, heading towards Tulsa, I would just probably hold off on that for a little bit longer just because, to be honest, Conrad, it probably is going to be looking worse for northeast Oklahoma throughout the remainder of our morning this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are continuing to see, this confirmed tornado warning, which of course gives us that indication that there is a tornado on the ground. Hasn't been extended just yet, but doesn't mean we're out of the woods, not even close out of the woods. We are continuing to see a lot more of that favorable environment north and east as well. So,
and that's one
Green
thing
Country.
with these storms too. They've been so fast moving
Yes.
that these just spin up really quickly and then they're gone, but they move so fast. So that's why I want to make sure that we're giving everybody enough lead time here to just make sure that we can get to your safe spot, especially away from those windows.
Absolutely. Let's kind of time this out for you real quick. 8:29 a.m. here for Arlington. Patton for you, 8:34 a.m. Midway, 8:36. Then just to name a few here, you have Aaron around 8:42 a.m. for us. Castle, 8:45 a.m. Ridge Junction, 8:45 a.m. You have Welty around 8:46 a.m. for us, and then Iron Post around 8:49 a.m. So even if, let's say, for example, you're in and around Iron Post, 8:49 a.m., you might think you have a little over 20 minutes, but you don't. You want to make sure you are definitely in that safe shelter. Better to get there super early than to get there a little bit too late. So you want to make sure you're on that lowest level of your property. But look how large this area is. Not quite as large as 30 minutes ago where it was stretching, from pretty much Sulphur all the way to that border of Kansas. But still seeing a very massive area, Jack, here, where we are continuing to see these warnings all over the area.
Yeah, earlier on this morning, it was actually the southern part of the line that was more impressive looking, and now it's kind of this northern part. But I do think, though, that, going northeastward into more of the northeastern corner of the state, Green Country, that's going to be an issue going forward because the environment's a little bit more favorable for that continuation of more of those severe thunderstorms as well as tornado warnings. So we just have this last little bit before it's out of our area, before it moves into Tulsa's viewing area. But we've been noticing, though, just a lot in the way of these little notches. And a lot of times these remain pretty hard to see on the radar, but still you can kind of see that little spot right by the Prague area. That's a little area that we've had that area of rotation, and that's what prompted so many of these tornado warnings this morning. Just these small little areas there of rotation. In fact, if we put a little bit of a lapse and go back in time, you can just kind of watch those little areas, and it's very hard to actually see just because it's all the same color. But you look at the different shades, the darker reds compared to the lighter reds, that's actually a little area of rotation. And so it's all these just very small little features that we've been seeing on our velocity product this morning that has been able to confirm that we've got tornadoes that have been able to spin up.
Yeah, no, exactly, Jack. Hail isn't the biggest threat out of this. Of course, we're seeing
there's like hardly any hail out of these.
Barely anything. Yeah, not too much updraft, but up to an inch of hail size, so that's not too bad. We've seen much worse outside, but we don't see this often at all. This doesn't happen often where we actually see tornado warnings and confirmed tornado warnings in January, middle of winter technically, and it's feeling more like spring, with near record highs for today in the low 70s. So, of course, we're seeing a lot more, ingredients coming into play in the atmosphere, a little bit more instability as well. Wind shear coming in a little bit stronger than expected, and that's why we're seeing a lot of these severe thunderstorm warnings and confirmed tornado as of right now. Another 4 minutes or so, Jack. So any updates on that?
No more updates, but just like you were saying, how there's a little bit more wind shear to work with. There's also more in the way of moisture as well. It was very, very humid this morning when I left for a couple hours. It was did not feel like January. I mean, it
did not.
felt like springtime, and so you could just tell that something was up in the air.
Yes.
And you know, that extra moisture has now been the reason why we not only have these tornado warnings, but also the reason why SPC went with a little slight risk for the remainder of the morning into the early afternoon into the northeastern corner of the state, because the tornado parameters are just a little bit higher now, and we just know how things go in the early morning hours when we get these line of storms, and this is what happened. So.
Yeah, no, so since you brought that up, Jack, I was thinking the same thing a few hours ago, you know, when I was coming into work and I was just peeking outside just to check out on the weather conditions. I'm like, hey, it feels so humid outside. It kind of smells like a spring storm is coming in.
Yeah.
So I knew something's up too.
Yeah, when you came in and when I went home for a little bit, it definitely felt different.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it makes sense here. We just have just a last little bit here of that tornado warning, just for a few
3
more minutes here in Lincoln County before it moves into more of Tulsa's side of the state, where you got Creek and Ufusky counties that'll be next in line. But even good news for them, we're still not looking at exactly a lot in the way of rotation anymore with that area. It's really weakened and broadened out quite a bit. But that's how these kind of go. They just kind of come and go, where it's tight for a little bit and we have those areas of rotation, and then after that, then it's fine for a little bit, and then we start to see those parameters tighten back up again. And so, but at that point, it'll be out of our area then at that point.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it's been on the ground for a pretty long time, Jack, you know, well
Yeah.
over an hour now. So, but it looks like it's weakening, which is a good sign with, you know, new updates coming in. Still seeing this confirmed tornado warning in effect. Hasn't been extended yet, but like we saw with that previous confirmed tornado, it got updated within the last minute and a half before it expired. So we still got a little bit of time, right around a minute and a half until this one expires. If it expires, then we just have these severe thunderstorm warnings currently in effect, but
and I think
still seeing that in
I think they're gonna let it go.
You think? Okay.
It's pretty much gone now in terms of the
Figured,
rotation, as you can see, and then that would be the only warning that we have then in our viewing area. So you know, we are good to go with regular programming for the rest of the morning now at this point, as things have not only weakened, but they've now moved out of our area. So it's kind of got a little active there for the past, you know, about 45 minutes to an hour, but thankfully we are looking at this to be moving out. But we do have damage that we know about. I know there's a lot of areas along my commute in that have down power lines.
Oh, wow.
Along Route 66 in Bethany. So there's a lot of major intersections that you've got, you know, no lights with. So there are the four-way stops. So just take your time out there this morning, as it's going to be just a slow go. And obviously then we got a lot of rain too, so there's the hydroplaning issue as well. So just take it slow out there, even though our severe weather is now coming to an end for the Oklahoma City metro area.
Yeah, Jack, you know, worst case scenario happened. Tornadoes came up here right in time for the rush hour. So a lot of traffic, a lot of wet roads. And, you know, the ground hasn't been seeing rainfall. So it's rock solid. It's dry. So all that rainfall coming down at once, it creates a little bit more flooding much quicker than if the ground was actually saturated just a bit. But it's been so dry, it's been so hard that, of course, whatever rain came down very quickly caused a little bit of flooding. Still seeing an actual aerial flood advisory in effect for the whole entire metro, including Lake Hefner, Edmond as well. Guthrie, you're on that northern end. Norman's included in that aerial flood advisory as well. But still seeing this confirmed tornado that might just about to get expired within the next few seconds or so.
Yeah, it should go away here in just a second. So, but yeah, we're going to be looking at
Just there, disappeared right
yeah.
now.
So we're going to be looking at we'll have to go check out some damage. There's going to be a few spots that have some damage, especially on the south as well as south east metro. But at least for now, our tornado warnings have come to an end. But there will be some areas that do have to deal with some cleanup. And just one more thing before we go, I want to take a look at our power outages.
Yes.
And you can see that these are the power outages for each of the counties, and you've got, you know, these are probably going to be going up a little bit. These are going to be kind of slow to come on in, but as you can see, a number of counties within the metro area do have, you know, a couple of hundred to a few thousand outages currently, and that'll just probably go up as more reports come on in. But you know, not a lot of outages, but definitely some. And like I said, some of them do impact the your traffic signals, and so that'll be another issue there, just to take it slow this morning for that morning commute.
Absolutely, Jack. So we're about to go back to regular programming. no more tornado warnings, no more confirmed tornado warnings, but we're still not out of the woods. We're still seeing severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently in effect as that line continues that trajectory to the east. Now, Alexis, I know things are starting to improve, so things are definitely looking much better. So now let's get a little bit more into some news, not quite out of the woods when it comes to some severe thunderstorm warnings, but we'll get into some first and main weather coming up here very shortly. Alexis?
That's right, Conrad. I have been monitoring the traffic, and it is starting to lighten up here in the metro, and we'll be checking in on that later on in the show. But I think for now, we just have to go ahead and see you guys in just a minute.
Yep.